Welcome to Mode Bespoke, I'm Atenas, and for today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make a crochet I-cord. So let's get started. So for this project, you can use any yarn you want, as well as any hook you want. So you don't need a specific size or anything, we're just going to practice working on an I-cord. We're going to work on two different ones today. So we're going to make a very basic one, then we're going to make one that's a little bit more elaborate. So let's begin with the basic one first. You need to begin with a slip knot. So wrap the yarn around 2 fingers. You're going to insert your hook behind this first loop. Grab the yarn that's right behind it and pull that through. And then just remove your fingers and pull on the yarn to tighten the slip knot. If you pull on each individual thread, you'll tighten the knot. Alright, so we're going to begin with a chain of 2. So to make a chain, you're going to yarn over, so wrap the yarn around your hook. You're going to pull the top loop through the bottom loop. And there's 1. We need 1 more chain. So you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull the top loop through the bottom loop. So this one through down here. And that's 2. Once you have both of your chains, we're going to skip the very first one. And we're going to go into the next chain. So skip this one and go into the very bottommost chain. So insert your hook into the stitch. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull up a loop so that you end up with 2 loops on your hook. Once you have 2 loops on your hook, you're going to pinch right below the stitches. The goal of that is to keep the stitches in place because we have to remove our hook. So you're going to pull your hook out of this first loop. So just pull your hook out and leave your loop open like that. And now you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull the loop through the one that's already on your hook. Like so. And now you have to pick up that first loop. So the one that we pulled right off of our hook, we're going to pick it up with our hook again, yarn over, and we're going to pull that loop that we just yarned over. We're going to pull that through the loop on our hook, like so. And that's it. So now let's repeat it. So you're going to pinch right below your 2 stitches. And then you're going to remove the first loop off of your hook. So pull that off. You're going to yarn over and pull this loop that you just grabbed through the loop on your hook. Like that. Now you're going to go into the next loop, so the one that you pulled off of your hook earlier, insert your hook, yarn over, and you're going to pull that top loop through the stitch. And there you go. So let's do this one last time. So you're going to pull that first loop off of your hook. You're going to yarn over and chain 1. Insert your hook into the stitch you pulled off earlier. So it's taken me a moment because I forgot to pinch the stitch. Alright, so there you go. And we're going to yarn over and chain 1. And there you go. So you're just going to repeat this same process over and over until you've completed a length that you need for whatever project you're working on. So I'm going to work on a few more rows and I'll just keep the camera rolling so you can just watch how I work through this. But while we do this, this I-cord is really helpful for a bunch of different projects. So we've already done, what was it, like the Tunisian shorts, or you can use that for like bikini straps or anything like that. This one is going to be a little bit thinner than the second one we're going to be working on. So this one's really nice to use when you make garments. So anytime you need a drawstring, this is a good I-cord to use. You can also use it for small pots. So for anyone that likes to have hanging pots and plants, this is a good I-cord to use for that. All right, so let me get this stitch on here. Alright, once you've reached the length that you want for your I-cord, you're going to pull on it. So that way we can stretch out all of the stitching and actually give it that I-cord look. So just grab it on both ends and you're just going to pull on it. Use your hand to just kind of massage the stitches and loosen them up a bit. And then once you pull on it, you're going to get an I-cord. And there you go. So this one is the basic I-cord. You can make this a lot wider. So let me pull out all of these stitches and we'll work on one that is just a little bit thicker, and that the thicker one can be used for things that have a little bit more weight. So if you want to use it for bags, like for market bags, you want to use it for purses, or you want to use it for larger pots and plants, just to have hanging plants, the wider one is going to be the better option for that. So you're going to begin with a slip knot. So we're just going to loop around 2 fingers, grab our yarn, pull out through the first loop, and just tighten our slip knot. And now this time we're going to begin with a chain 3. So for the basic one, it is a chain 2. For the one that's a little bit wider, you need to start with a chain of 3 stitches. And then we're going to skip the first chain. We're going to go into the second one. So you're going to pull up a loop, the second and third chain. So skipping the first one, we are going to insert our hook into the second chain and into the third chain. And you're going to pull up a loop on each of those so that you end up with 3 loops on your hook. Now for this one, it is really important that you pinch the bottom stitch because you can very easily lose those loops. So just like we did with the simple eye hook, we have to pull some of these loops off of our hook. Only this time, we're going to pull the first 2 loops, so these 2, have to come off of the hook. So very slowly pull your hook and pull off the first loop, and then you're going to pull off that middle loop, leaving just 1 loop on your hook. You're going to yarn over and chain, and then you have to insert that second or the middle loop. So grab that middle loop, pull it onto your hook, and then you're going to chain. So we chain 1, and now you're going to grab that last loop, pull it onto your hook, yarn over, and chain 1. And there you go. So like I said, it's very similar to what we just did, only we have an additional loop. So let's begin again. Pinch your stitches, and you're going to pull off 2 loops. You'll have 1 loop on your hook, and you're going to chain 1. Grab the middle loop, pull that onto your hook, but you need to make sure you get all of the loops, which I didn't do. So there we go. Okay, now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to chain 1. And that's through that middle loop. There we go. And now you're going to grab the very last loop, pull that onto your hook, yarn over, and chain 1. And that's it. So this one's really good. If you haven't made an I-cord before, practice the basic one, and then try practicing with the 3 loop. The important thing to remember with the 3 loops is that you have to pinch them right before you pull the hook or the loops off of the hook. That way you don't lose the loops as you are working. But once you get a little bit of practice in, you can even make a wider I-cord if you wanted to, so that you can make an even sturdier purse or just a bigger purse or whatever you want to use this I-cord with. But once you finish and you've gotten the length you want, all you have to do is pull on either side and then just loosen up the stitches in the middle, just kind of pull on them and massage them through, and that'll thicken up your I-cord. So all of your stitches will fall into place and you'll get a cord that looks like this. So you can use this, or you can make this cord using any material you want, and you can use the same method. So whether you're using twine, if you're using yarn, if you're using a leather cord, you can use any material you want to make your I-cord. But if you do give it a shot, let me know what you've used the I-cord for. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Just leave those down in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I post videos every week. And if you want to see some more of my work, you can check out all of my free patterns at modebespoke.com. And you can also check out all of my work on Instagram. I'll leave both links down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again next week.